Morning is allowing a conversation about cancer, because that's what we deal with at Faraja. It can be at home, it can be at school, it could be at your place of work, it could be your chama, it could even be your church. The reason we do this is because at Faraja, when people ask us for assistance, whether they come in walking, riding a bicycle, or driving a Mercedes-Benz, some of them, 75% of the cases, are late stage. This is because they were not aware of the risk factors or the early signs. A lot of the things that cause cancer we ignore, or maybe we just don't have money, or we just don't want to think about it. You know, we have this mentality of, I'm not going to look for trouble until it happens. But at Faraja, we just create that conversation. Because life is about conscious living, isn't it? When you're told not to drink and drive, it does not mean that you're going to have an accident necessarily. It just means it increases your risk of getting an accident. The same with discussing the risk factors and early signs. It does not mean that now we're saying only eat ice cubes and avocado, because you all know avocado is big. But that's not what we're saying. We're saying the same way you service your car every 5,000 kilometers, the same way you look left and right before you cross the road, the same way you have just a glass of wine or a glass of whiskey before you drive all the way to your Kimau, because you're conscious of the risk factors, is the same way we want you to know about the risk factors that can predispose you, your loved ones, to cancer. So that's what this is about. This is a coffee morning. It can happen in any setting. You can do it in your house, you can do it in your company. So we usually come with a doctor and a survivor, and we take you through the risk factors of the common cancers in Kenya. And our aim is not to scare you, our aim is to promote wellness. Because life is for living, isn't it? Life is for living, and the truth is, all of us here are not going to get out of it alive. We are not immortal. We all have an expiration date. But while we are still here, how are we living our lives? How are we thinking? How are we eating? And how are we breathing? And that's what Coffee Mornings are all about. Then a second reason we host is to let people know about Faraja. We are often mistaken for MP Shah Hospital because we are next to MP Shah Hospital, and across the room where MP Shah offers outpatient chemotherapy. We are a charitable trust. We offer free services to cancer patients and their caregivers, and the free services are complementary therapies to go alongside the chemo, the radio, and the surgery. When someone has gone through cancer, we say the doctors have chopped you out, injected you with poison, and radiated you. What we do is we put you back together with wellness. We'll do nutrition counseling, we'll do family counseling, we will do exercise. We do different kinds of exercises. There's Zumba, there's yoga, there's movement, and there's music and dance. We do massages, we do lymphatic drainage, we do reflexology, anything to make your journey easier, we offer absolutely free of charge. And please note, this is for the patient and the caregiver. Because the patient goes through the cancer physically, but the caregiver goes through it emotionally and psychologically and sometimes financially. The other thing we offer is support groups. We have 5 active support groups, not just so that they can sit and share each other's experiences, but what next? How do we reintegrate you back into society after you've been out of place and out of sorts for a year? We get business people to talk to you. We get motivational speakers to talk to you, because most people think that cancer diagnosis equals death. We get, for example, for the women, body image issues. 35 years old, you still have a very sexually active husband and you have one breast. How does that work? How do you deal with infertility? How do you deal with all that kind of stuff? So our 5 support groups are for breast, cervical, prostate, head and neck cancers, so brain tumors, esophageal cancers, nasopharynx, and we have our 5th support group for multiple myeloma, lymphoma, and leukemia. The third thing that we do that I really love, and we invite all of you to come, all you need to do is just let us know when you want to come and we'll arrange. On Wednesdays and Fridays, we go to Kenyatta, the kids ward, and we do something called art therapy. Now, a child will not come and say, okay, I feel so bad, you know, this pain is making me feel really slow and my stress levels are really elevated. Children don't know how to express themselves verbally, but a child will always play and a child will always draw. So we tap into that and we use art therapy to demystify the cancer journey for a 5-year-old from Pokot who doesn't know about chemotherapy, for the 12-year-old from Narrow who keeps wondering, why is it every time I see the nurse, my blood is drawing? Art therapy demystifies the cancer journey through the children. We've done it for 5 years, and in the last 2 years, every Friday, we donate milk and we donate fruits. Why? If you've ever been to Kenyatta, or you know anyone who's ever been there, the diet is interesting. So we substitute them by giving them milk and we give them apples. Another reason is half those kids have been abandoned. The parents decided, I don't know why my child has a growth on the head. They must be bewitched. So what I'll do, I'll just leave them there and I'll go have many kids. Or I'll go have another child. And think about it. This woman is raising 5 children and she's the sole breadwinner. And she's been told to stay at Kenyatta for 6-7 months. She doesn't have time. She'll say, let the government take care of the child. Kama ni kitu mbaya nitapata mtoto mwingine. So nobody visits these kids, no one plays with them, and when their neighbors are being given, visiting hours and the neighbors come and buy them bananas, they're just looking there and wondering. So on Friday, all the kids are equal, we give them all milk and we give them fruits, and every Friday we donate 400 apples, 400 packets of milk. The last thing that Faraja does is medical assistance. Cancer is expensive. It can be 1 million shillings depending on where you get the treatment done. Number 2, the stage of the cancer. Now people walk into Faraja and they do our yoga and they feel nice, they drink our herbal teas and they feel good, they come to our counselors and they sort out their marriage issues. But if they have a bill of 500,000 and they're not able to sort it, then it's not really wellness. So what we do is we bridge the gap by supplementing their payment costs in partnership with NHIF. NHIF is now taking on cancer cases. It pays for chemo in totality and radio, half of it. CT scans, 25% of the CT scans. It leaves a balance of about, I'm using early stage cancers. It leaves a balance of about 130,000 that, let's say, a Mama Mboga has never touched in her life. She doesn't have that money. So we come in and we pay the 130,000. The T's and C's, the cancer has to be caught early. Ladies and gentlemen, cancer is curable. You just have to catch it early. That's why we create awareness on the risk factors. A lot of these things we ignore until it rears its ugly head later on. So that's the first T and C. It has to be early stage. Unfortunately, we do not give support financially to stage 3 or 4. The second, there has to be proof of need. We have guys driving interesting cars and coming to ask us for 5 million to go to India. We don't support those. Number 3, we only support treatment in Kenya. And number 4, there are some extensive treatments that we don't support, like liver transplants, bone marrow transplants, because they're expensive. If you have 1 million, we will spread 100K across 10 people, as opposed to giving 2 guys 500,000. If there's anyone in this room who has your dad, your mom, your nanny, your auntie, and you know they're not well to do, please get them NHIF. It really, really helps. It's 500 shillings every month, 6,000 shillings a year. Get them NHIF. And it's not only for cancer, it's also other non-communicable diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular, and NHIF these days, they're trying. The rebate has been cut, but they're trying. Even ambulance services works. My dad is in Homa Bay, he's hypertensive. We had to get him NHIF, because if something happens, no one in Ushago has a car. But with NHIF, we are able to access an ambulance if need be, God forbid. So please get your friends and loved ones NHIF. But most importantly, wellness, ladies and gentlemen, wellness is very important, whether you've gone through cancer or not. Cancer is metaphysical, it starts with here. We only have a short period to be in this world, all of us, regardless of what we go through. How we live it is what matters. And most importantly, the legacy we leave our children. So I'm very passionate about things like nutrition, weekends. Let's try and avoid buying our kids cheap sausage soda every Saturday. And then you fry sausages for your husband and your family as a treat every weekend. Remember, the World Health Organization declared all processed meats carcinogenic. So it does not mean that now I'm telling people don't eat choma sausage, because guys are like, me and choma sausage are very. I have 6 packets of bacon in the fridge. That's fine. But everything in life is moderation. So as you know, all our services are free, and we manage that through fundraising. We have t-shirts, ribbons on sale, and we have a pay bill number that whatever you give actually goes to a good cause. I can tell you for free, there's a reason why I'm in the media, but I still work at Faraja. The monies that we get are not for my mileage, and they're not for my salary. All our monies actually go to the cause. And then we also rely very heavily on volunteers. Like if you want to volunteer crafts for care, it's fine. And if you have any set skill that is here and you feel can benefit cancer patients, you're a nutritionist, you're a reflexologist, you're a masseuse, please feel free to sign up with us. But if I've planted a seed in you, my honest hope and prayer is that you go and plant it in other guys. Thank you guys so much.